What's up, everyone? Welcome to Rock and Roll Guitar Lounge. I just bought this pickup, Seymour Duncan Distortion humbucker. I'm gonna be putting it on the Epiphone, my Epiphone Les Paul. Let's open it up, see what it looks like. I've been wanting to buy this pickup for a while. Let's see what we got here. Pretty hard to open. Alright, let's take it out of here. Brought the whole piece of foam with me. Look at that. How nice is that? Alright. Well, these are pretty old pickups. The Distortion, Seymour Duncan Distortion pickup's been around for a long time, but it's pretty popular. This is the bridge pickup. See if you can see that. Bridge pickup. It's hard to see. What else is in here? Got some hardware, 2 screws, 2 springs for mounting them. Seymour Duncan wiring diagram. So I want to bring that Epiphone back to life. Here's my wiring diagram so I can install it. Not have to be soldering them. Soldering the wires. Alright, folks, stay tuned. Alright guys, so what I did here, I got the guitar ready. I got the strings to the side. I just loosened them because I have these are a new set of strings and I don't want to change them right now. So I thought maybe I could save them by just pulling them to the side, loosening them up and pulling them to the side. Hopefully I'll have enough room to work on these pickups. The idea is just to push them to the side of the bridge right here. There we go. Not too light, not too loose, not too tight. And I got the screws off of this. The original pickups. Alright. These are Epiphone pickups. So what I wanted to do is identify which cable it was, so when it comes down to taking the bottom cap off, I know what cables to unsolder. So we're just going to do the bridge pickup. I got to save up some more money to do the neck pickup. I'll probably do the parrot with the distortion one. That would probably be the better thing to do. And you know what I'm gonna do is put some of that there's like a aluminum tape you can put in here for like RF interference, because it was kind of noisy, this guitar, a little bit. And you know what, it does not even have the coating they put usually from the factory. There's none of that in there. It should have had something, you know. That kind of sucks. But alright, let's turn this over and see what she looks like over here. Check out the wires. Alright, let me open this bottom up. Make sure the guitar doesn't fall off. And these screws are tight. We got a good thread on them. Make sure I don't mess them up. These little screwdrivers are really handy. You can take the tips off of them, and they're magnetic. So I got different tips for it. For working on these guitars and stuff, they're perfect. You don't need to over tighten these screws and stuff on the guitars. Man, this thing's stuck. There we go. See, no tape in there either for interference. I'm gonna have to put some of that in there. I believe I have some. I did that on my Squire and it helped a lot. And at least it could have sprayed some of that stuff in there. Wow. So it was the black, the big thick black wire. This one right here. This is the one I'm going to unsolder, and that's where the other pickup's going to go. So this one is actually just two cables, and the pickup I got is 4, so that's why I have that wiring diagram. Alright guys, so let me unsolder this real quick, and then we'll be right back. Get the other pickup ready, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm going to use the same frame out of the Epiphone for this new pickup. And if you guys notice, there's a thick part and a thin part on here. This is the thin part, and then this is the thicker part. This is a part that goes by the closest to the bridge towards the back. So just always remember that before you build you put your pickup in, and then you got your frame on backwards, and you know you got to take everything back off, and it's a hassle. So it would be like that with the screws on the pickup towards the bridge, towards the back, just like on the diagram here. And you see the screws are facing the back. The bridge would be right here, and then on the neck pickup, the bridge are facing the front, towards the front of the neck. So always remember that too, and I'll be wiring it up pretty soon here. I just wanted to show you guys that. And we're going to use the new springs and screws that it came with, because the threads on the pickup frame right here might be different than the other ones. So I'll always try to use the stuff that comes with the product. Alright, so I'm going to go like this. Yeah, sometimes these are a pain in the butt to put in, because the spring there's a lot of tension. Yeah, see that? Maybe there's a trick to doing it. Gotta figure it out. Yeah, there we go. Well, there's one. Get the other one in here. Alright, so I'm gonna end up putting this copper shielding in here in the cavity. This little size right here is almost perfect for that cavity. But these, I recommend putting them in there because it'll help you with interference, like radio interference and funky noises that might get in the pickup. They come with an adhesive on the back. So all you have to do is take this off. See if you can see that. See that? And there's an adhesive on it. I bought this, I think, on reverb.com, one of their sites. And there was a lot more than this. It comes in a roll. See that? But I already used some, and it was probably like around $8. Not much. It's copper shielding. So I'm gonna end up putting that in here. Let me show you cavity here. So we're gonna put it right here on the bottom, and then we're gonna cut some strips for all the sides. So everything's gonna under here too, under these cables, and in this cavity in here we're gonna put some. Everything's gonna be shielded to prevent any noise coming in from the outside. That pickup's gonna be really shielded. I'm gonna have to do the back too, so this is gonna take a little longer than I expected, but it's gonna be done really well, and hopefully it'll be worth it at the end when I try that pickup out. So stay tuned, guys. Alright, so I got a lot of progress going here. I got the cavity shielded with that copper foil, and I got the back shielded too, so I just wanted to show you guys how that came out. And that took a long time. So I got it. All you have to do is cut some pieces because it has an adhesive, and just fill the whole cavity in nicely. Everything under the strings. So that's pretty much good to go. And I didn't want to film the whole thing because if not, it'd be like a 4-hour video of me doing this. So here's the back side. I got everything ready there. I had to take the pots out. I had to loosen them up and then just kind of move them around while I was putting the copper shielding in there. And I went over a couple of these holes so that the cap is nicely shielded, and I get a couple screws inside the actual shielding just to have a better ground. And I did the same thing to the rear of the cap. Put some shielding on there. That's gonna fit in nicely, and the whole cavity is gonna be shielded. I did it to the whole cavity, but I didn't do it in here, which I'm gonna have to buy some more of the foil to do that, because this is all I have left of that roll I showed you guys. But when I do the other pickup, I'm gonna buy more of the copper seal, the copper sealer, and then I'm gonna do this cavity, and then I will do the other pickup cavity that I'm gonna do. So that will be okay. And see if we can get the pickup in here ready for that pickup. We're gonna leave it. Got the pickup already mounted here, ready to go. I have to pass these cables through. Hopefully I won't have a problem. Make it through easily. Oh, looks like it's getting stuck in there. Let me check out the rear. Let's see. Okay, so I got the cable out. We're gonna get to that in a moment, but I'm gonna show you here how it looks. Got the pickup on it. Yeah, and what I'm gonna do is mount the screws on here so that I don't have any more movement on this pickup falling out of place and all that. And remember that trick I showed you guys with the screwdriver? Don't forget to do that so you don't strip your wood screws. And I'll show it to you guys again. Just put the screw in and kind of go back before you actually drive the screw in until you feel the bump. There it was. So now I can actually drive it in, and I know the threads are synced. And let's do the other two. Go back first, feel the bump, and then go in. There we go. And then don't over tighten those screws because you'll strip them too. They're not that it's not that hard to strip them if you over tighten them. Yeah, these threads feel really good. They actually feel nice and tight still. So let's just give it a little bit of a tightening. All four of them again. And that's it. You're done. And after it's all said and done, I'm gonna level the pickup height against the strings. So now all we have to do is weld everything in, and I'm hoping you can get a good view of how when I do it. Yeah. Alright, let me get all my welding stuff together and we'll come back and do this. Alright guys, so I'm ready to do a little welding here. We got the white and the red are going to go together, and those are going to stay together, not connected to anything. The black is kind of like the lead that's going to go to one of the tips on the pot, and the green and the bare are going to go welded together to ground on the pot. So I have everything set up here already together, and I'm going to weld these two together. I should weld it in here so I don't get some solder on the guitar. So that's done. I got that welded. All it takes is a little bit of weld. You don't have to overdo it. These I'm gonna weld them on the pot, so I don't have to worry about that. But I wanted to show you guys something I'm gonna do also. Where is it? Here it is. There's a little bit of heat shrink. I'm gonna put it on here. It's a little too big, but it's gonna work. All right. We don't want these wires exposed because I'm gonna heat it up. Gotta get my trusty lighter. A little bit of heat there. All around the corner. Other corner. Tip. Hopefully that stays. You don't want to burn it too much, which I probably already did. That's good. You want to close that end up. Yeah, that seems nice and tight already. That's it, and you're done. You got that wrapped up, because that's going to stay exposed like that. That's done. Okay. So let me get this stuff welded here. I'm going to do the ground, and I end up welding it on the same ground area right there. Get my, put a little bit of weld on it. So it's going to be the green and the bare are going to go to ground right here. You kind of want to leave it pressed for a little bit, not too long. Make sure the other weld unwelds a little bit. Actually covering up. This looks like it welded pretty good already, and that part's done. Let me I'm gonna have to weld this small wire into the pot. What I'm gonna do is take the pot. I'm gonna loosen the screw on the pot so I can bring the pot out, and I can weld it better because I can't see jack that way. Okay, so I got the pot loose. And we'll be able to weld that black wire into this arm right here. This is where it's supposed to go. So let me see if I can get it to where it goes in together with this wire that's already welded on there. That'd be perfect. I don't want to burn my computer monitor. Well, let me see what happens here. Let me take this weld off real quick. Got that other wire out. I'm gonna have to put them together and then just insert them into that hole and weld them both together. It's really hard to work on with these short wires. Yeah. Twist them together a little bit. That's perfect. Now what I want to do is clean this hole up a little bit, and that's where this comes in handy. This is solder wick. See if I can get that solder out of there with this. Some of it's coming off. And it seems to itch. I almost got the, there we go, I got the hole exposed. That's what I wanted. So now I'm gonna get these wires into that hole, and then I'm gonna re-weld them in there. Got both of them in there. Oh man, they came apart. Hold on. There we go. Not the easiest thing to do here. It's perfect. I'm gonna get some solder into this. That's probably all it needs right there. Yeah, got a good solder. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is put it back together here. And then I'm going to see if I can find a little strap or a zip tie so I can zip tie these in nicely. Well, it doesn't look too bad if I just leave it loose like that, I suppose. Well, I'm going to see if I can find a zip tie. If I can, I might just leave it like this. It's not too bad. And that concludes that part. I'll put the cap back on it. Do the pickup height and put the strings how they're supposed to be, tune it, and we'll see what she sounds like. Alright, so she's all set. I got the back sealed, pickup height set. I think she looks pretty good with this black pickup back here and then the chrome over here. I still need to clean her up. I haven't cleaned her after that installation, but everything seems to be working good. She's sounding good. Let's check it out. I got her tuned at E flat. Just wanted you guys to see that sustain on that E. Sounds pretty badass. Jesus, those chucks sound awesome. Yeah. She roars like a beast, guys. Very heavy bottom end. Seymour Duncan Distortion pickup. Get one.